Hi everybody, it's Mr. D at in the middle of Mr. D1 at blogspot.com, and I've been seeing a lot of posts recently on social media about teachers who are struggling at this time of year with, it's February 16th, with how to keep everybody motivated, excited. The winter months can really take it out of you. I wrote a blog post recently about that as well. And I'm just going to share a couple things that I'm doing, that I try to do, and it took me a long time to figure this out. So often we are so focused on festival adjudications, and they're coming up, and we have to prepare them with their sight singing, we have to prepare them with their music. And what I used to do that really bogged me down and bogged them down was I was so laser beam focused on those things that I would do too much of it, and they would get tired of the songs, and they wouldn't sing with energy. They'd just get bored, and I'd get bored, and it wasn't a good time of year. So what I started doing was we have a musical review that we do at the end of the year. It's in May, and it's a pretty big event. It's our fundraiser. So I started injecting some of that music into the learning process during these months, and it really helped everything. Like yesterday, I started teaching a song called Welcome to Wonderland, which is from the musical Wonderland. It's very upbeat. It has syncopations in it. It's the opposite of the festival music. I want the kids to use a little bit of chest voice in it, so it gives me a chance to teach a little bit about chest voice versus head voice, and teaching them proper technique for using that. And they enjoy it. It just injected so much energy into the room to pull that song out and begin to teach that to them. We're also learning some of the other songs from the musical, which they really enjoy. And then you just kind of, when you pick up their music, I put the festival songs yesterday at the end of my rehearsal, and they just sang through, and then I could listen to them and gather the information I needed, so that when I do need to help them reach that peak, because my event's not until March the 20th, I can very carefully and methodically move in that direction, but not too soon, so they don't get bored. And that, I think, is really important, injecting those little things in there that just throw them a little bit of a bone, because those times when, especially middle school, they get a little bit bored, it results in behavior issues and things like that too, which is another thing that I want to talk about as well. This is the time of year when you really do have to follow through with the things that you want to happen in your classroom. If a child is not living up to their what they should be doing, you need to hold them accountable. In my school right now, we're in a 9-week period that is actually 10 weeks and 2 days long. And for middle school, that's really long. I don't know why the calendar is that way, but it is what it is. And so we have normally our little report card comes out every 4.5 weeks, and that gives them some information about their progress and how they're doing. And they need that every 4.5 weeks, I think. Just something to wake them up for a minute and go, okay, you know what, my grade is this, and I want it to be this. And they come to me and they say, what do I need to do? And middle school kids really do care about grades. No matter what they say, they do care about them. So what I do as we wait for that progress report to come out is I really stay on top of the children. Like, I do a lot of random folder checks during this period, so that they have to stay on top of their written warm-ups and things that we do. If you don't keep folders, you can find another way to hold them accountable. I do a lot of music prodigy things where they have to actually do the assignment in a matter of 3 days, and then if they do it, they get 100. If they don't, they get a 0. These types of things that help wake them up and hold them accountable. I also use a probation list of kids who are in danger of not going to festival. Now, my goal is to take all of my students, and I usually do, but I make them work for it. And I've talked about this before in other blog posts, but I put on the wall a list, and I'll go show it to you now, of the kids who are in danger of not getting to go to festival because they either haven't taken a test on sight singing that they're supposed to take. They haven't been held accountable for that yet. And let me see if I can turn this for you. So that's the probation list. I have 300 kids, and these are the kids that are on it. And I've got a very specific criteria, and I put little next to it things like WE, which means work ethic. You need to improve that. Or whatever the issues are, tardies, things like that. Anything to keep them focused on the event that's coming. It's far, for them, it's a long way off. But these are the things that really do help me keep my students moving forward and excited. And I always remember hearing this from a teacher I taught with in New Jersey. She said, you have to throw them a bone. And that's what I'm doing with the musical theater music. They love that stuff, and they also enjoy the festival stuff, but we can't do it too much or it just drives them crazy. So those are some ideas that might help you through these weeks, which can be a little bit slow and long and torturous if we aren't careful about how we're doing it. I ask myself every single day, am I going to be able to enjoy what I'm teaching today? And if not, what can I do to help that happen? So those are some thoughts for you today. I hope they help. Have a great day.